I still see your shadow in the hallway light, a quiet echo of laughter in the night. Every little memory, it pulls me back to a love we had, to what we lacked. Your touch, it lingered like a morning sun. Felt like forever, but we came undone. I held on too long, I wanted to believe that love could stay, that hearts could weave. But sometimes forever isn't meant to stay, and sometimes love just slips away. You are my almost forever, a beautiful now, a fading never. The one I held close but couldn't keep, a dream that haunts my nights and steals my sleep. You are my almost forever, and I loved you more than ever. I walk to places where we used to be, the quiet streets, the whispered memory. Your laughter lingers like a song in the air. I reach for you, but you're never there. I keep your words folded in my chest, the promises that never found rest. I wanted to fix what we couldn't mend, to rewrite the story to never end. But sometimes love isn't enough to stay. Sometimes hearts just drift away. You were my almost forever, a beautiful now, a fading never. The one I held close but couldn't keep, a dream that haunts my nights, that steals my sleep. You were my almost forever, and I loved you more than ever. I remember the way your eyes would shine, the way our worlds collided for a time. I'll carry the love, though it slipped through my hands, a fleeting forever, a castle of sand. You were my almost forever, a beautiful now, a fading never. The one I held close but couldn't keep, a dream that haunts my nights, that steals my sleep. You were my almost forever, and I loved you more than ever. You were my almost forever, and maybe in another life you'd be mine forever. You were my almost maybe in another life you'd be my forever. I remember the first time you looked my way, a spark in your eyes, and I knew I'd sway. Every heartbeat whispered, this might fall apart, but I threw caution away. gave you my heart. I knew the danger, I knew the cost, but some love's worth the risk, even if it's lost. You were my favorite risk, my sweetest mistake, the fire that burned, the dawn that couldn't wait. I'd take it all again, every laugh, every tear. You were my favorite risk. I choose you through the fear. Late nights we'd wander, chasing the unknown. Your hand in mine felt like I'd finally come home. Every whispered promise, every fragile kiss was a gamble I'd take, 'cause nothing felt like this. I knew the danger, I knew the cost, but some love's worth the risk, even if it's lost. You were my favorite risk, my sweetest mistake, the fire that burned, the dawn that couldn't wait. I take it all again, every laugh, every tear. You were my favorite risk. I choose you through the fear. Even now, when the world feels so cold, I replay the moments, your hand in my hold. We may have fallen, but I wouldn't trade a day for every stolen heartbeat, for every word we'd say. You were my favorite risk, my sweetest mistake, the fire that burned, the dawn that couldn't wait. I take it all again, every laugh, every tear. You were my favorite risk, forever near. You didn't stay long, but you stayed deep, like ink beneath my skin. A quiet touch, a borrowed dream, where loving you began within. You said my name like it was fragile, like it might break your spoken heart. I didn't know a moment could last forever, until you left your mark. We weren't loud, we weren't reckless, just two hearts learning how to feel. Every second felt like a secret, every breath a promise sealed. You left your mark on my sleepless nights, on every love song, every lie, on the way I trust, the way I fall, on the silence after your call. I don't bleed, but I'm still scarred from loving you the way I did. You didn't take my heart apart, but baby, you left your mark. I still pause at all the old places, like you might be standing there. Your laugh still lives in empty spaces, your memories everywhere. You taught my hands what missing feels like, my chest what goodbye cost. I learned that love can change you slowly, even when it's lost. We were never built to last, but we were real, and that's the truth. love's a lesson written in pain, and you were the hardest part. Not the one who broke me open, just the one who left their mark. I don't regret the love we gave, even if it left me changed. Some people come to show you who you are and quietly walk away. You left your mark on who I am, on every hope, every plan, on the way I love, the way I start, on every beat inside my heart. I'm not broken, just reshaped by the truth we couldn't hide. You didn't stay, you didn't stay, but you left your mark behind. So if you ever wonder what you were to me, not a mistake, not a passing spark. You were a moment that became a memory, and a love that left its mark. I remember the first time you smiled at me. It wasn't just charm, it was gravity. Pulled me in, I couldn't look away. Your words, like whispers, I wanted to replay. Every glance, every touch, every quiet confession made my heart believe in something without question. You felt like truth in a world full of lies, like the dawn breaking through the darkest skies. I held on too hard, maybe too soon, but for a moment you felt like truth. Late nights we spoke of dreams we never chased, laughing like time couldn't leave a trace. I still feel your shadow when the lights go down. A ghost of your love lingers in this town. Every laugh, every sigh, every tear we couldn't fight made the world fall away in the middle of the night. You felt like truth in a world full of lies, like the dawn breaking through the darkest skies. I held on too hard, maybe too soon, but for a moment you felt like truth. Maybe love is a fleeting spark, a fire in the cold, a light in the dark. I chase the memory of your flame, even if it calls my name in vain. You felt like truth in a world full of lies, like the dawn breaking through the darkest skies. I held on too hard, maybe too soon, but for a moment you felt like truth. I'll carry your truth when the night is through. A love that was real, still feel like home. You came like a quiet sunrise, soft on my broken days. I didn't know how much I was missing till you looked at me that way. Every laugh felt like a promise, every touch slowed down the time. I built my future in your heartbeat, thought your forever would be mine. We talked about tomorrow like it was already ours, tracing dreams on ceilings under borrowed stars. You felt like forever, like the end of goodbye, like love wasn't fragile, like it never could die. You felt like a lifetime in the warmth of your hands, but forever was something you couldn't stand. I learned your silence by heart, the spaces where you'd pull away. I stayed when love grew tired, when hope began to fray. I loved you in the waiting, in the almost, in the ache. I held on to the pieces you were slowly letting break. I told myself love changes, that leaving doesn't mean it's gone. But every night without you proved how wrong I was all along. You felt like forever, like a vow in disguise, like you saw my fears and still chose my side. You felt like a lifetime, like a dream I could hold, but forever was heavier than you ever told. Now I sleep with the memories where your voice used to be. I talk to the shadows like they still answer me. If love was a language, you were all that I knew. Now I'm learning the meaning of life without you. I don't regret loving, even if it broke me in two. Some loves don't last forever, they just change what you do. You felt like forever, and maybe that's enough to know something so real could hurt this much. You felt like forever, even if you're gone. Some loves don't stay with us, they just live on. If forever was a moment, then ours was true, because for a heartbeat of time, forever was you.
I still wake up reaching for you, out of habit, out of pain. The pillow knows your shoulder better than it knows my name. The room remembers every laugh, every promise we let fade. I'm standing in the silence now of a love that wouldn't stay. I replay the way you said my name, like it still means something to you. But memories don't answer back, no matter how much I want them to. I'm living where your love once was, in the echo of your touch, in the space between what we were and what you gave up on. I'm holding on to yesterday while you're already free. I'm breathing in the emptiness where your love used to be. I kept your ghost in every corner, every song, every street. I learned how to smile in public while my heart learned how to bleed. You said you needed something different, something I couldn't be. But you were everything to me, and that's what's killing me. I try to change the way I love you, try to love you less each day. But love doesn't follow instructions, it just hurts in its own way. I'm living where your love once was, where forever lost its name, in a house built out of memories and walls made out of pain. You moved on without looking back, like it was easy to leave. I'm still standing in the ruins where your love used to be. If loving you was a mistake, I'd make it all again somehow. I'd still choose every moment, even knowing how it ends now. But love shouldn't feel like fading, like I'm slowly disappearing here. I gave you all of me willingly, you gave me silence and fear. So this is me learning to let go, one breath, one tear, one day, learning that some hearts don't stay. No matter how much you pray, I'm walking away from what we were, from the place you left behind. I'll take the love I gave to you and slowly make it mine. I won't live forever in the past, I'll beg you to see me. I'll heal the parts you broke in me, where your love used to be. If you ever feel the emptiness and wonder why it feels so cold, it's the place I stayed alone too long, where your love once was and mine grew old. The room still knows your footsteps, the walls remember your laugh. Every corner holds a moment I didn't know would be our last. Your coffee cup, your favorite song, still live inside of me. I walk through days like open doors to where we used to be. I talk to ghosts of who we were, like they can answer back. I trace the love we left behind along a fading map. I miss where we used to be, when love felt safe and slow, when your heart was close to mine and letting go felt impossible. Now I stand in yesterday with memories I can't release. I'm still in love with who we were, where we used to be. We didn't break all at once, we cracked in quiet ways. Smiles stay, but something in us started slipping through the days. I held on a little promise forever softly, like we were afraid to swear. Now forever lives in moments we no longer share. I miss where we used to be, before silence learned your name, before love turned into distance and touch turned into pain. I replay every almost word, every truth we couldn't speak. I'm still in love with who we were, where we used to be. If time could fold its hands for us and give us one more try, I'd love you with less fear this time and never let it die. But love can't live on wishing or on what used to be. Still my heart goes back there nightly, like it's home to me. I miss where we used to be, but I bless it as it was. A beautiful unfinished love that taught my heart to trust. Even if we're strangers now, you'll always be a piece of the place my heart still visits, where we used to be. If you ever feel that quiet ache you don't know how to name, that's just me loving the memory of us the same. You used to reach for my hand like it was where you belonged. Say my name like a promise you've been keeping all along. We built our days out of maybe, out of laughter, out of plans. I didn't know love could change without a sound. You still said I love you, but your eyes were looking past. I felt the future slipping while I was holding to the past. When you stopped choosing me, I felt it in the air, in the way you stayed silent, like I wasn't really there. Love became a question you refused to answer aloud. You stopped choosing me, but you never said it out loud. I learned the weight of waiting, of reading between your lines, of loving you in pieces while you borrowed all my time. I kept moving closer as you took another step away. I fought for us in whispers you wouldn't say. I thought commitment was patience, I thought distance was just fear. I didn't know abandonment could look like you still being here. When you stopped choosing me, the room grew cold and small. I became the only one who was loving us at all. I carried every memory like it was still allowed. You stopped choosing me, but you never said it out loud. If love is something you decide, every morning, every night, you chose comfort over courage, chose the easy override. I don't hate you for leaving, I just wish you'd been brave. Instead of letting me believe I was still safe, I stayed longer than I should've, trying not to lose my place. I loved you in your absence while you erased my face. When you stopped choosing me, I finally chose myself. I let go of the version of us that lived on my shelf. Love shouldn't beg for presents or settle for loud. You stopped choosing me, and now I'm walking out. I won't remember you as cruel, just afraid to stay, because the hardest goodbye is when love walks away and never says your name. We held the world inside our hands, believed in dreams we couldn't understand. Every touch, every glance we shared made me feel like nothing else compared. But time slipped by, the seasons changed, and all our plans felt rearranged. Still I remember every night when love alone made everything right. When love was enough, it was all we needed, all we had before the world grew too tough. We believed, we laughed, we cried. When love was enough, I held your heart like it was mine. Even when the stars fell from above, nothing mattered when love was enough. I still see you in quiet rooms, in every sunset and every moon. The echoes of our tender fights still haunt the corners of the night. We tried so hard, gave all we could, fought for dreams we thought we should. Even when the world said it's not right, our hearts were brave, our souls alive. When love was enough, it was all we needed, all we had before the world grew too tough. We believed, we laughed, we cried. When love was enough, I held your heart like it was mine. Even when the stars fell from above, nothing mattered when love was enough. Maybe someday when the years have flown, we'll find a place we called our own, and remember how our hearts were free when love was everything we'd ever need. When love was enough, it was all we needed, all we had before the world grew too tough. We believed, we laughed, we cried. When love was enough, I held your heart like it was mine. Even when the stars fell from above, nothing mattered when love was enough. When love was When love was enough. held the world We held the world inside our hands, believed in dreams we couldn't understand. Every touch, every glance we shared made me feel like nothing else compared. But time slipped by, the seasons changed, and all our plans felt rearranged. Still I remember every night when love alone made everything right. When love was enough, it was all we needed, all we had before the world grew too tough. We believed, we laughed, we cried. When love was enough, I held your heart like it was mine. Even when the stars fell from above, nothing mattered when love was enough. I still see you in quiet rooms, in every sunset and every moon. The echoes of our tender fights still haunt the corners of the night. We tried so hard, gave all we could, fought for dreams we thought we should. Even when the world said it's not right, our hearts were brave, our souls alight. When love was enough, it was all we needed, all we had before the world grew too tough. We believed, we laughed, we cried. When love was enough, I held your heart like it was mine. Even when the stars fell from above, nothing mattered when love was enough. Maybe someday when the years have flown, we'll find a place we called our own, and remember how our hearts were free when love was everything we'd ever need. When love was enough, it was all we needed, all we had before the world grew too tough. We believed, we laughed, we cried. When love was enough, I held your heart like it was mine. Even when the stars fell from above, nothing mattered when love was enough. When love was enough.